Exactly. You couldn't charge nobody no money in college. Girl, and sometimes I'll be like, what you got, 10? Okay, come on, girl. Come on, girl. And my husband just supports me through anything. He just, all right, babe. You know, he's like, okay, you want to do it? Okay, let's do it. And I'm like, he probably should have said no to half of that stuff. I was doing hair. I was doing whatever. Girl, I was doing, I'll be telling people crochet braids came out. And I started doing those in 95, I think.
Welcome to another episode of Salon Talk, literally the podcast where we dive into a world of beauty, business, and everything in between.
We're here to bring you the real, the raw, and of course, the literal truth about what it's like working in the beauty industry with a few laughs along the way.
And we've got a really dope guest lined up for you today. All right, now let's get into today's topic. Trust me, you literally don't want to miss this one.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Welcome to another episode of Salon Talk, literally. I am Key, and then we have our host.
I'm Diamond.
How are you today?
I'm doing good, Key. How you doing?
Okay, and we have here Miz Deborah Lee.
Hello, everybody.
Let us tell you a little bit about Deborah, okay? She is a premier hairstylist and an owner of
D-Lee Designs.
Okay, go ahead
Beauty
and say
Supply
it,
and
girl.
Salon.
She's located at 9741 Preston Road, Suite 102 in Frisco, Texas. And her hair, well, you have a beauty supply.
I do.
Okay, so is D-Lee Design?
D-Lee Designs.
D-Lee Designs.
Beauty Supply and Salon.
And Salon, it's a full-service luxury beauty salon, and its destination is led by premier stylist Deborah Lee. They offer a variety of high-quality hair care products, wigs, extensions, makeup, and accessories, making us the ultimate one-stop shop for all beauty needs. Our salon specializes in healthy hair care, cutting-edge styling, vibrant colored services, precision cutting, extensions, natural hair care, and braids. Okay, girl.
That's great.
D-Lee Designs, they are passionate about helping other clients look and feel their best, providing personalized and luxury services to enhance their beauty and confidence. Let's just welcome Deborah.
Thank you.
To the podcast.
Thank you.
Welcome,
Thank you, guys.
Deborah.
I'm so happy to be here.
Yes,
We're
we are
happy to
grateful
have you here. You know, I was like such short notice, but she came through.
Okay.
for us.
Okay. You know I got you.
Yes,
I
honey. So, oh my goodness, we couldn't wait to get you here because I wanted to ask you some things.
Okay.
So, where are you originally from?
So I was born and raised in Texarkana, Texas.
Oh.
No way. Are you serious?
I'm a native Texan.
How did I not know that?
I know, right? I lived most of my life in Kansas City. But I was born and raised in Texarkana, and when I was about 11, we moved to Kansas City.
Okay.
So pretty much my whole life I've been back and forth. I lived
Okay.
in Texas several times and in Kansas City and, California. And so I've kind of been around. But
You have.
I have, but Texas is my home, will always be.
Always be. That's good to know. Look, I
you.
learned something new.
I
every
know,
day.
right? Huh?
Yes.
Yes, I was like, did you? That shocked me right out.
Yeah.
So how long have you been a licensed cosmetologist?
So I've been a licensed cosmetologist since 2016. 2017. I forget.
Okay.
It gets blurry in my head sometimes because I've been doing so much. But I've always done hair. My whole life. I was the little girl that my mom would buy me dolls and I would cut the hair. Don't cut the hair, but I'm cutting his hair because I want to see what it look like, right?
Oh, they cut a girl. We did buzz cut. I'm telling you.
Exactly. My mom, don't you get that doll's hair because you ain't getting another one.
I'm getting another one.
So me and my cousins, we would just always adapt to the hair of the dolls,
Yep.
just clothes, hair. So when I was about, let me see, I don't know, maybe around 12 or 13, I started doing jerry curls in my mama's kitchen.
For
honey.
real?
Really?
My uncle, so you couldn't get the product back then. So my uncles was dating these stylists, and he's like, if I can get you the stuff, can you do it? I'm like, yeah, go ahead. So he had.
I'm ready.
Yeah. And I know you were making them money then, because
Okay.
that's when the curls were popping.
Do you
That
know
was
they
a-
still looking for that? You know
I
what
know. Did you see that
telling
new jerry curl? Girl,
No,
I'm
but
like, that ain't nothing but a
now
jerry
they trying
curl.
to bring them back. You know
I
that,
know,
right?
and they calling them
They calling them
curl.
something
I got a
else.
text
Something other kind of
message that
curl.
Somebody
Mhm.
asked me, did I know how to do it? I said, girl, I don't
Like,
know.
baby,
I don't
that
know how
is
to
a
do that.
jerry curl.
It's a jerry curl.
Yeah.
But I looked at it
Yes.
all. I'm like, and they charging like $1,200.
Oh, they
Easy.
charging a lot. I said, but I'll learn me a jerry curl real quick, girl. I'm about to go on there and figure
I'm
it
about to
out.
call my
Okay.
cosmetology teacher.
Exactly.
All you needed some little ride.
That's it. It's the same process.
The solution.
And they charging people $1,200 for a Jerry curl.
But baby, I sure learned.
Honey.
Yep.
12, y'all come on up here.
And I see the
$1,200.
Them
podcast,
wasn't even that
they
expensive back
want
then.
their hair curly now.
Girl.
Yeah, they do.
So we gonna be doing. You gonna do some Jerry curl
For
classes?
sure.
That's next.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. Look, give me 24 hours.
Right, exactly. Girl, I don't even need that. I just need to go. I just go get my rollers off the shelf. Let's roll.
Girl, need
Yep.
solution. I think it go back to my memories.
Yeah. We'll find it. Jared,
Because
look.
maybe $1,200 a person.
For a Jerry
That's
curl.
lesser than extensions and not even
Absolutely.
twice the word.
Absolutely.
That's
Girl,
that's
bye.
crazy.
Yeah.
So it's going on the menu.
Yes.
Soon as the
No,
first person
seriously.
asks me,
Yes.
it's going back on the menu.
I should have went ahead and took that client to ask me so I can
You
go.
Oh, you
should
should have
have.
called me.
I
I'll be like,
shoulda
"Key, we
had.
got this. Schedule her for
Girl,
Tuesday."
she texted me. I said, no.
What did she call
You
it? Did
said
she
no.
say it was a
She
Jerry
said,
curl?
yeah,
It
I
was
gotta
like
get back
give
on,
me
but
a
I'm
different
gonna tell
name.
you the name of it because
Yeah.
I had to learn what the name was because I
Right.
had not know, I didn't know what it
Yeah.
was. And then when she said it, I was like, girl, no, I don't know
They
that.
definitely
Right.
calling
And
it
then
something
later
else.
on, I got home and I Googled
And you
and
saw it on
I see
Facebook.
what she
Yeah.
talking about
A
a curl,
curl,
a Jerry
yes.
curl.
I gotta look up that name, but yeah, they
man.
gave it a different name. But hey,
That's what it is. So we got to get back on. Like y'all, we just gotta be watching these trends. 'Cause
Sure
that-
do.
that
'Cause
be-
it's back.
It's just repeating
it's back.
itself.
It's just
Yeah.
repeating itself. That's
That's
it.
crazy.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I said, baby, y'all learn.
Okay.
Okay.
Get my little mannequin out real.
Right.
Yeah.
Come on, right on over
Absolutely.
here. I'll get y'all jerried up.
Absolutely. Bring everybody. Bring the whole family.
Bring them all.
We gonna have them all having that print on the back of the couch.
Look like I got
Yep.
that good stuff.
Oh my
That
goodness.
soul glow.
Yeah.
Got that good curly stuff. Knowing y'all got that. I'm so done.
Oh my goodness.
Got that good
Oh my
curly
goodness.
That is a good way to
That
break
wet
the think
wavy.
that they got that wet wave.
Yeah,
That wet
that
wavy.
wet
That's what
wavy.
it
The
is.
look that you going for. Yeah.
No, for real. Because
We ain't gonna do the juicy one, no. We gonna do that
Yeah,
nice
no, it
dry.
gotta be
juicy.
Look like they was born with it. You know, we gonna do that.
we don't want no dry one. Because
Maybe
you know
we can
what?
diffuse it.
Uh-huh.
They gotta
Awesome.
kind of already have a nice texture though, for real, for it to be like.
For it
Because
to
I
be
ain't
like
gonna
that.
lie, my hair, I have natural curly hair bob
Yeah.
when I was born. I didn't mess it up putting this
Yeah.
relax on there, but
Yeah.
I promise you, if I can get back to that natural curly,
Exactly.
Probably can. Just grow it out.
I gotta cut out my hair.
Yeah,
off.
True.
yeah.
I did that
Little by
before.
little.
Yeah.
And then
cut
let me
it
tell you
off.
what I did. Relaxed it again like a dummy.
Mhm.
I can show you the pictures of me doing it, girl. And I was in love. My hair went right on back to that, and it was.
And I
you
bet
know,
it was
I had
so
it short.
wavy
It was
and
so
so
pretty.
Mhm.
Girl, why I turn around? I wanted my hair straight.
Just
again.
crazy.
Because that's what we do. We'll be
That's
like,
what-
we see a style, be like, I want this to look
I
just like
wanna
that.
do that.
I
That
color
was what it
blonde,
was.
color
I
red,
said,
get
"Ooh, I
relax
wish my
it. Like,
hair
and I
short
need to relax
again."
that piece right there because it
That
ain't
is.
gonna look right if I don't.
Just messing ourselves up.
I wish I just sit down somewhere and quit doing it.
Mine
That's
is
why I'm
naturally
growing it
curly
out
like that
then when
too.
I'm
It's
like-
thin and it's naturally curly, but
So this time I'm gonna grow it out and then cut it, except for going all the way like.
until we change our mind.
Change
Let's
your mind.
see.
Yeah. Because we women and we do that.
Right.
Depending on
do
the.
that. I hate that I
Just
do
depends.
that. It
Yeah.
irritating.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So you went to cosmetology school. You said 20.
In California.
In
Mhm.
Cali.
Cali.
So hair has always been my part-time passion.
Okay.
So I had an amazing career in the nonprofit field for over 25 years. So I have a bachelor's in social work and a master's in public affairs.
Wow.
So I've always worked with children and families. My last career 16-year job was with Planned Parenthood in California.
Really?
So I did their WIC program, their Women, Infants, and Children program
Did
for
you
16
really?
years. I was there. My last position was the associate director for Planned Parenthood.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've
Yeah.
always done hair on the side. It's never been, a
Yeah,
full-time
never-
thing.
Yeah.
So, but it's always been a part of me. Everywhere I've gone, all throughout college, when I was the girl doing, I was like, I got to get a single because my roommate is not going to put up with
Yeah.
this. I was doing nails, I was doing hair, I was doing everything. Girl, I was doing, I'll be telling people crochet braids came out. And I started doing those in 95, I think.
Wow.
96. I used to do them for like $20. I said we had 3 styles. You had straight, curly, and wavy.
Yep.
And that's when they hit the scene. And that's
Yeah.
what you had. So I used to do that in my college dorm room, $20 at a time.
Man.
$25 at a
That's
time.
when
Man, you was making
Times
some
was good.
Girl,
Especially
them girls
then.
be them crochet,
Yeah.
They
baby.
sure were. So
I can imagine. You know they don't be having a lot of money, so you
exactly.
they
You
was trying
you couldn't charge nobody no money in college.
Man.
Girl, and sometimes I'd be like, what you got? 10? Okay,
to-
come on, girl.
Come on, girl.
I I'll take whatever you got.
We got $10. Come on in here. Let me hook you up.
I like to do it anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
10 is better than nothing. Come on, I ain't doing that no way.
I'm so done.
Or someone would be like, just braid me down. I got $5. I'll be like,
I got you, boo.
Or yeah, because they ain't gonna try to do it themselves.
I got you.
Funny. They still doing it there.
Yeah.
Because they were part of the service.
Exactly. Exactly. They don't want to pay for
Just
the
give
full
me a
service.
braid. I'll finish the rest. Oh
Yes.
my gosh.
So I life happened. My husband's job relocated us to California.
Okay.
And so we were there for 19, almost 20 years. And about my daughter, let me see, my daughter was so she graduated 2020. So I think around 2018, I was like, I'd had many people asking me to do their hair. I did a few close friends.
Yeah.
I'm like, my husband's like, no, one of them people in my house. So I'm like, okay. So I was like, you know what? I wonder what would it take for me to go get a cosmetology license. So I was like, because I've always wanted to do it, but I've always been in a professional career. I just never thought about doing it full time.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, this kid's college is so expensive. What can I do to make extra money? That's really what I was. And I was like, of course, I can do hair, but I need to get a license so I can go into a salon and not in my house, know. So I said, let me look into it. So I called a few friends, my good girlfriend, Kim, at Creation Salon in California. And she told me where she went. She's like, I don't even know if they still open because I went like 20 years ago. Yeah. And then I called another girlfriend and she told me where she went. So I was like, okay, let me get on the line. Let me see if they got a little part-time program. Yeah. And maybe I can cut to the front of the line. Me and my little master's degree. Maybe I can,
Meanwhile, they ain't even checking for that. Cosmetology school.
And I was like, and I just, I want to do a little part-time. So she told me about their part-time program, and it was 6 to 10 p.m. every day, except for Friday and Sunday. And I said, well, I got a master's degree. Can I transfer some credits? Can I test out? She was like, girl, you'll take this apron. Get on in that class.
Should I sign you up or no?
Literally.
Yeah. I was like, we would love to have you, but no, there's no. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, so I signed up. And it was an 18-month part-time program.
Oh, yeah. Part-time.
And it took me 20 months. And I worked every day in my professional career, and then I went to hair school from 6 to 10.
Nighttime.
And so I got my license. My girlfriend let me come into her salon. I was like, girl, I just want a couple days a week, She was like, girl, come on, anytime. And so she let me come in. That 2 days a week turned into 3 days a week, and 4 days a week. And then I had 2 full-time jobs by a month. I had 2 full-time jobs. And my husband was like, excuse me, ma'am.
I haven't
Hello.
seen you ever.
Because I literally would get off, I would come home, I would change my clothes, and I was gone.
Go straight to the salon.
So that's how it all started. And I was like,
and then you finally said, I'm done with the corporate world.
Right. Well, you know what really propelled me? COVID.
Wow.
Because, that's what really propelled me.
All our guests, something transitioned in COVID.
It gave me time to think. Yep. We were sent home. I was working from home. And so we were already thinking to come back to Texas when our daughter went off to college. And when COVID hit, she didn't get to go. So we were all at home. She spent her first year at home and online. Yeah. And so we were already thinking to come back. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I should take this time and go to Texas and look for a house, see what they got. Yeah. And so it just allowed me to do a lot of things. It allowed me to think. It allowed me to really figure out, what I want to do.
To really sit with yourself. That was a time.
It was. So, So, I came down here to a girlfriend's Halloween party, and I started looking for houses.
What?
During COVID.
During COVID. And girl, we came from California. We was all masked up. I got to Texas and they was looking at us all strange. Like,
yeah.
And we was looking like,
what are you doing?
Different.
Texas wide open, girl. They ain't had no masks. That was like, what?
All her friends was looking at us like, y'all ain't from around here.
They already knew instantly.
Yeah.
Girl, because it is. So you can hear, you was all, that's how we was.
Girl, we was masked up.
We was like, masked up. You come in looking like, why you got that on?
Why you got that on?
Like, actually,
we felt so out of place.
You crazy like that.
We felt so out of place.
We in the same world.
My best friend was like, I don't care. I'm wearing my mask. I was like, girl, okay. Then finally, I kind of relaxed when we got to the house. We went to the little after party at the get together at her house, and I was like, okay, I ain't gonna wear my mask. And my friends, I'm wearing my mask. I was like, girl, we the only ones.
Yeah, only ones in here.
You said,
that's crazy.
Oh my gosh, right. So anyway, we decided, I was like, you know what, we're not in a rush. So we just decided to start building. Because we were thinking, that's perfect timing. We're not in a rush.
Right.
So we started building and
y'all got the good rates then.
oh my goodness.
Yeah,
we got
y'all
in.
Y'all
right at the right time.
Honey,
At the
right
Because baby, she
in the
said
nick
we
of
just
time.
yes,
and then
nick of
everything
time.
like quadrupled after
Everything
we.
went, yeah,
Man.
yeah. I didn't get to see that world.
I know, right? Nick of
At
time,
all.
we got in. So praise God for that.
That was a
Yes,
blessing.
It was.
Yeah.
So,
Why your husband was just like straight with it.
y'all, my husband, when I tell you, I feel like I can fly anywhere because I know he's the wind beneath my wings. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly,
That's so good.
I'm always coming up with something. We could go back and tell y'all my other shenanigans.
I would love
Right.
to hear about
My
everything.
husband
previously,
just
too.
supports me through anything.
That's
He
the
just,
best,
Yeah.
though.
all right, babe. He like, okay, you want to do it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do
like,
it.
let's
I'm
go.
like, he
I
probably
love
should have
that.
said no to half of that stuff. We probably be in a different
But you
situation.
know when you with someone that's like that,
Yeah.
You
you
can
gotta
do
expect it.
whatever.
You
just, yeah.
they gotta go. They gonna either know that they gotta go with you. They gotta assist
Right.
you. They gotta do one of the
Everything.
things.
We like,
They
this
gotta
fool
roll
gonna do
with
it anyway.
Yeah, she gonna do it anyway.
That's what I was thinking too. Like, cause she gonna do it anyway.
I might as well,
So
I'm
you
gonna
might
go
as well
with
just
it.
Go with it. Yep. That's right.
But he is an amazing, amazing husband.
That's
We're high
so
school
good.
sweethearts, so we've been
Oh,
together 30. I don't even know how many years
beautiful.
it is now, like what, 33?
Congratulations.
I don't know.
Yes. You don't
So,
really see a lot of that
yeah.
anymore, so that's good.
Yeah,
I love
so-
it.
He just supports all my crazy, oh my Lord. And this last endeavor, which we're going to talk more about.
Oh, yeah, we definitely get into that. We get into that.
He's fully behind it.
Oh
So,
my goodness.
yeah, but that's what did it. And then once the house was done, our daughter, we literally took her to college. We came back and I was like, my job, they were looking for me a position down here because my CEO in California is very good friends with the Planned Parenthood CEO here.
Okay.
So they had the recruiter call me. It's like, no, we're going to keep you in the family. We're going to try to find you. But in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I just really want to open up a salon,
Yeah.
But I said, if they find me something, honey, I'm going.
Then I'll take it.
I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
And so they never really found something that I was really interested in that I thought I could be, a big asset to.
Right.
And I said, if they don't call me, I'm not going to call them back. I'm just going to kind of let it
Just let it
organically
just
fall
go-
off.
yeah.
And I said, if it falls off, that means I'm supposed to do this.
Yeah.
If they call me and say, hey, we got something for you, I'm going.
Then I'm
and I'm
gonna
going to do
take
it
it.
part-time like I was doing in California,
Yeah.
So he didn't call me back. I didn't call him back. And I said, okay. Okay, Lord.
And it's so funny because you gotta be careful what we be asking for, right?
That part.
Yes.
That part.
Hey, but he'll tell you though.
Yeah.
So you had to get.
I had to get with
to
it.
the business.
So I didn't know a soul, y'all, out here. Because when we lived here before, we lived close to the Grapevine area. So out here, I'd never been out here. Salina, Frisco, Prosper. I'd never been out. So I really didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
But I said, you know what it is? I'm all gas, no brakes, y'all. And it's a problem sometimes.
I love it.
No, we talked about that too. Yeah.
Honey, I'm all gas, no
I don't
brakes.
know what you call it, but hey,
I don't know what it is. But once it's in there,
Delulu.
I guess
we always say
it's
in our field, you gotta be a little delusional.
You gotta be just a little bit
'Cause if you
delusional.
ain't delusional, then
Right.
you safe.
If you don't believe it's gonna work, it ain't
It
gonna
ain't
work.
gonna work. You gotta just think of the craziest things out of your mind
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
things to go.
So I went looking around for a little suite. I'm like, okay, I'm giving a little suite. I'm gonna give it a few months, see what happened. And I found this little suite on Till Parkway. It was Till Salon Suites.
I know that's
And I moved in. I did I was all happy, excited, did my little open house. And, they was like, this girl is,
She with it. She
Yeah.
So, business picked up very
Was
fast.
it fast? I know.
Yeah.
In that area fast.
And now what I was doing while I was building, I was traveling to California once a month. I would go to California 1 week a
I
month.
did that when I moved
I
here.
think we both all did that like when our first year here.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to just
Just
transition,
right,
just go.
'cause you don't know
You got
nobody. It
clients
takes
still
time.
back there,
Still
so you
want
like,
you
I
to be
promise you,
there.
I'm gonna come back and
Exactly.
forth.
miss going
I
back
know.
Me too, but I
I
know
know,
now.
right?
I've been
It's
gone
gonna be
so
too
long.
much.
Yeah. But my
I don't
clients
know.
still text me,
I
when
was
you
gonna
said
say,
you was coming back.
They
You ain't
text
came
me
back.
every holiday.
I probably got like a handful, but the
Yeah.
rest, girl, I
Yeah,
don't
they
know.
still
I
text
know mine will come back full force if I win.
Well,
I ain't
really?
gonna-
That's
yes.
good.
Mine too. Mine
Yes.
too. So yeah.
I mean, I do got people that would, but
Yeah.
You have a good handful of your good faithful
good
ones.
oh,
faithful
girl, they
ones.
fly
That's
here.
gonna
They
make
be
you a good
flying here.
check.
So
Yeah.
Gonna
I
make
know
you a
I
good
still
check
got
while
them,
you're
but
there.
it's like Because I know once our presence there is different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it probably will be. But for me, just talking like that, I'm like, girl, no, I got to get some guarantee. I ain't
Right,
gonna
right.
be there
Yeah.
loud.
Right.
Yeah.
If you ain't talking about nothing on this internet.
Right,
I ain't
right.
coming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I did that for 2 years straight, y'all. I missed 1 month. I did it for 2 years straight. And, when I say when things are meant to be, I really, truly believe they're meant to be. I had one of my good friends, Fatima. She lived in the townhouse across, just right in the same complex with us. So she allowed me to stay there. So she gave me room and board in exchange for her color and cut.
I know
month.
that's right. That's a good exchange.
I did her
That's a
hair.
great exchange.
Right. She let me stay in her guest room. I left my daughter's car there because she was in college. She didn't need it. So Fatima washed the car.
When I
say, I mean, it was easy for me.
for 2 years.
It was easy for me to do.
Me, on the other hand, girl, I'm dragged.
See, you had to do-
I gotta go get a hotel.
See,
everything.
exactly.
No.
Too much.
Too much.
Yeah.
I didn't have to do nothing but just get my bag and go.
Oh my goodness.
And
had
my
it
girlfriend owned a
made.
salon, so I worked at her salon. So I said, it was easy.
It was a very easy transition.
It
for
was. And then until business picked up too much here, then I became
You had
very
no choice.
tired.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, babe, I don't think I
I
can
can't
do
go
this.
You know
back.
where you at?
I was so tired.
You
That
were where
last
you
trip,
out.
girl, I was worn
Dreading.
out.
And
I
you-
was
They were wearing you
drained.
out
I was
a
drained
lot.
because I was working every day. I was like, okay, it's time to pull the cord. I told my clients, y'all, it's time for me to cut
It's
the
time.
cord.
I know they were so
Yeah.
sad.
They were so
It
sad.
takes time too. I think I
so
went a
good.
good
Yeah.
year and a half, and then after that, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
y'all.
Yeah,
I said, in order for me
It
to
was-
live up here, I gotta be in my clientele.
Yeah.
that
here.
part.
Yeah,
Like, I need
was
to be here full
I gotta
time.
realize this is my life now.
Yeah.
So
Because I was missing, yeah.
Yeah, I
And
gotta accept it too.
Because I wasn't missing nothing. I'm like, girl, I'll be back next month. I see you.
Yeah.
We gonna go out. We gonna do this. We gonna do that.
Yeah.
And then you get there, you ain't gonna do none of that because you be tired.
Tired. How
When I
many days were you there? Like when you were traveling back,
5.
you did a whole.
Oh
5
my
days.
God, you was there for 5.
And did you work the whole time?
Every day from sun up
Shut
to sundown.
up.
When I tell you sun up to sundown,
What?
I worked in that salon all day, every
Oh,
day.
you
My
ain't had
clients
time
were
to do
so
anything.
faithful.
Yeah.
They were so faithful.
Wow.
Sun up to sundown every single day. I was
What
there,
part of
except for the
California
last
was
day.
you in?
Orange County in Irvine.
Okay, yeah.
They were so faithful.
Wow.
They booked their appointments. I had the same. I would have maybe 1 or 2 different clients. So pretty much I had the same schedule
ones.
every single time I
Yeah.
came.
Yeah.
And I'd be there. I usually get there at 8, and I'd probably leave around 10, 11.
Girl, 3 days is it for me. I'm
So
out
4.
of
I
here.
would do
used
like
to do
4,
like
4 and a half.
3.
Yeah, 3 days for me. I'm
But
out.
baby,
But baby, that 3 days was like a whole month.
Yes,
That
it
was
was.
a month
3
of salary, girl.
It was.
You'd be amazed to
That
know
part.
what you
what
get
you
in
can
3
make in
That
days,
part.
and then they
That
gonna bring
part.
you food. They
Everything.
gonna
They
bring
take care. What you need,
It
coffee?
was like
It was like, what you need? You need some coffee?
That's why I said I
They
do kind of
dropping
miss it because,
in
girl, they
the
miss you so much. They come
love.
bringing you
They
stuff.
do.
Yes,
You
They
be
do.
seeing people you ain't seen in a long time, so y'all catching up.
Yep.
And then everybody just show you so much love when you come back. I was like, dang, I need to be gone off.
I know. They
Y'all
took
showing
good care
up.
of me. They took good care of me.
But
Very,
yeah,
very
or
good
they
care of
here,
me.
I'm in town, if it's some families, of course, I can't see they stop by the shop.
Uh-huh.
to see
Uh-huh.
her. 'Cause they like, she ain't gonna come over
Right,
here.
right.
We ain't gonna even get her over there because she busy.
I'm like,
even
I'm behind this
ask.
chair. I'm behind this chair.
I ain't gonna lie, I had so much fun flying back. Like, but then I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I gotta get in reality. Like, this is where I live now.
Me too.
I gotta stop.
Yeah.
I'm like, I gotta build here.
I gotta
gotta
build here
build
because
here.
then
I
I'm
gotta
like, what
Because
now
then you're
if I
taking away from the
I
new
can't keep
clients,
it-
Exactly.
you know, the time.
the time
that
and
part.
stuff.
And they were like, you
Even though
and,
it be like once a month, it still was like, or I was
Yeah.
going twice a month.
ooh,
Oh no.
Ooh.
Yeah,
girl.
I went twice some months and then some once a month. Yeah.
Yeah, twice a month.
Girl, that was a lot
That's a
right
lot.
there because just traveling and
lot.
bringing and doing,
Oh,
and then you
that's
got
good.
now
rest
that was
after them
all
3
I was
days.
doing. That's fine, but I'm not gonna do hair here and twice
No,
a month
I wasn't
there.
doing hair here.
Oh,
at the
okay.
time.
I'm like, 'cause,
I wasn't
man.
doing hair here at the
Oh,
time.
yeah,
yet.
you-
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
See, I could do
Yeah,
that.
that's cool.
So I
But
definitely wouldn't have been
Yeah.
doing that. Like
Girl.
so when I
That don't
started.
sound too bad. Just working
Just
one.
working. I'm like, just working twice a month. I know
Yeah,
that.
so it was gravy. I loved it. Girl, I was out, girl, sharing myself around
Yeah,
here.
right,
Girl, like I didn't have no care in the world. Then I got bored. So I was like, I need
Yeah.
to go find
I gotta go
life.
find
Yeah,
something.
so
Find
then
something to
all
do.
of it just went down.
Now I could have did that. I could have did that.
Oh,
but I was
I
working
had a
here
great
every day.
time
I was
doing
working
it.
here every day. I was
Oh,
there.
no.
That's a lot.
No.
It was a lot.
When I
Yeah.
decided to work here, when I had opened my the small location in Irving, I had to
Yeah.
say, because I needed to spend my time opening up there, promoting.
Promoting,
Because I'm like, if I'm going to
building,
do this,
yeah.
I got to commit
I have
to
to
it.
do it.
So
Exactly.
I had to cut the cord.
Yeah.
So yeah, my fun time was up at that point. I'm like, okay, I gotta figure out something. So I did.
You was getting your kick on. I was too tired to do anything. And my friends like, come on, let's do. I'll be like, girl, I'm so
Girl, my
tired.
first year and a half here, I was not. I played so many games. I was not doing nothing. The first year and a half, I was not. Then after that, I had to get my life together. Like, let me figure this out.
I had to get serious, and I was like, if I want to make the money that I made in my career, I have to do something bigger and better. This suite is not going to do that.
It's not going to work.
So that's when I came up with the concept of the beauty supply and salon. Once I started, I already had the salon, and then actually my girlfriend in California that owns Creation Salon, she opened up 2 beauty supplies. And then, so I had the opportunity to kind of walk with her through that. I would come once a month, and she was building. I could go over. I could see what she was doing. So the first one, she has 2 now. Okay. When I first started it, she had 1. So she has 2 now, but so I was very blessed, and just to be able to hear her talk about it, see her do it, see her be successful at it. So I wasn't as like, I'm like, okay, I could do this. And so I was like, I wanted to do something that that could make sure.
I was trying to help Sean.
I wanted to do something when I was like, that's a wonderful thing that I thought about doing the half and half. Yeah. So once I started looking for the building, I was like, I want something where I could do half beauty supply, half salon.
I love that. And then it's so hard to find black-owned beauty supply stores in your area. And then for you to have in Frisco is dope. Yeah. And that's what I love. So when you told me you was having it, I was so happy. I was like, yes, girl. We need this. And I know that, you face challenges as you were doing that. So
now.
Even now, I know. Because for one, you got these competitors that you can't even compete with because these people have overdone our market in so ways. So how talk about that? Like,
so I didn't have a lot of knowledge in the beauty supply industry. So what I did was I took a course from now I'm having a brain fart. Her name is Lord have mercy. I think of it. But I took her course. She had a beauty supply course from, a blueprint, how to start it, how to scale it, how vendors, all of that stuff. And I took her course for I think it was over 6 months.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was over 6 months. And so we met every Tuesday on Zoom, you and the other people.
Oh, so she mentored.
Oh, yeah, she mentored. Yeah.
Okay,
so
that's good.
You would be in a group with all the other people, and every Tuesday we would meet. And of course, you would have homework, and, she touched everything from start to finish, from the building to the finances to your planning to banking to all of that good stuff.
That's good.
So it was really good. And so after I finished that, I really felt a lot more confident to do the hair. The salon, I was already, I'm like, I got this. This is nothing. Yeah. But the beauty supply, I wanted to make sure, because I've done another business that was not as successful.
What was that?
It was rental houses.
Oh,
so
that's tough.
Girl,
that was tough.
It was terrible. It was tough. And we were out of town. We were living in California, and the properties were in Kansas City.
Oh, yeah.
So it was a whole learning experience.
I had to end up selling mine because I just that was a
honey,
mess.
we got rid of that last house, and it just felt like a whole weight. It just fell off my shoulders. So, so anyway, I did the class. I felt a lot more confident. Now, if you do the class, she can actually walk you through it. Like if you get your brick and mortar, she can actually mentor you and walk you through starting over. However, my space wasn't ready by the time I finished the class, but I was like, it's cool. Right. But she did offer some, a little bit of question and answer afterwards, and you could join back if you wanted to. And so her name is Janice Fredericks. But I don't know why I can't think of the name of her dang course. But anyway, she's going to kill me if she sees this podcast. But anyway, so that's how I really gained that confidence to start that beauty supply. Because I had all of the myths in my head like everybody else. They won't let us in. You're not going to be able to find product at a decent price. That most of them that start fail within the first couple of years because of finances. That's really all it is. So,
because I'm sure it's a lot to do that.
It is a lot. However, it's getting better. And I tell people I choose to focus focus on the positives and the negatives.
Absolutely.
Because it is definitely getting better. With the third-party vendors, we're able to source. We're able to get the things that we need. Now, you're not going to get it as cheap as you would going directly to the source. To the manufacturer. But when you start out small, it's almost virtually impossible to do that. Because you don't need $5,000 worth of
And I feel like, too, don't you feel like it's easier when that you started? Because sometimes I think people go above their head and they kind of go way too big first.
Too fast.
Too fast, and then that's how they feel.
And that's how you feel.
Yeah.
So, she talks about, use the third parties, use them for this, use them for that. So she does mentor you and tell you what, in order to, how to get going without going overboard and failing too quick, too fast.
Yeah.
So, however, we have several third parties now that you can get in. And then as you continue to go, then you start making connections directly with manufacturers as you need more. But I tell you, however, we are getting smarter. We're working harder. We have these Facebook groups. Yeah. We are ordering together. My girlfriend in Princeton.
Okay.
That's
so it's
my girlfriend in Princeton.
Y'all
that's
connected.
Right.
Okay,
that's
how
right.
you do it.
So she'll text me. She's like, "Hey, I'm about to make an order for Kiss. I'm about to make an order for such and such because of where she is."
And then if y'all put it together,
there you go.
It's cheaper.
And we just have to work together.
Working together with people, like people don't realize that,
and that's what you have to do. And that's what you have to do is you establish relationships not only with vendors, with your other small business owners.
Yeah.
So we can go in together and we can get some of the items that we would normally be able to get.
Right.
Because if you can't, now, one thing that they are still doing is giving us very high
I figured out the
limits,
price tag.
But
they don't do the Asian community that way.
They
you know
don't.
what I'm saying? And that's what
That's so that still is a barrier. It still is a barrier, but
and they still gonna give y'all. They not gonna treat y'all the same when it comes to that, and that's what I don't like.
Yeah. I mean, but what do? They own it.
They do.
They
That's
own
what I
it.
said.
They are the source of it. Their country is the source of it. So, however, I have heard many people that I know they're making relationships with them. Believe it or not, they are relationship people.
Oh yeah.
And if you can talk to them, continue to develop.
I used to work
I just about
at
to
the
say,
store in Mississippi.
And if they like you, they like you.
No, if they like you,
they love you.
You their family.
That's
They
what
love
I'm saying.
family. No, it's serious. It's serious.
And they will look out for you.
They
will.
when it comes to a relationship.
So
I got a couple that I can call.
Exactly. See what I mean? So you just have to, I just say, look at the positives, try not to let those negative things, because it's going to be negative stuff in whatever we do. It don't matter if it's a beauty supply. It don't matter what it is. You're going to have some opposition somewhere. So you just got to learn how to, deal with it and go around it. But us working together is the biggest advantage that we have.
Oh my God, that's
brilliant.
That's
I'm proud of you.
That's the highlight of the day of this show. It's like working together. I feel like that's just literally how this podcast came together, because it's just two women that do the same thing and had a big vision, a big idea, And so it's like, and we joined together and we was just all committed, all in, you know. So it's the same way, and that's what we be trying to put the message out there, like it's okay to work with other people.
Exactly.
Like,
you
the
have
more
to work
you
with
have,
or you
to
will
work
burn
with people.
out.
Yes.
You will burn completely
out. You need somebody to bounce ideas off of. You need somebody to
in
help
every
you.
aspect of your life.
That's
you
right.
need partners for everything.
That's right.
Believe it or not.
For everything.
Do.
I'm coming out
You
yeah.
You do.
You need it.
All
you
day,
do.
yes.
It makes a huge difference in your
It
experience,
does.
how you experience what you're going through.
And different perspectives too. Like, I know everything.
No,
like,
and I don't even like.
But you can't tell some people that, honey. They think they know it all. I'll be
Yeah.
like, I'll tell you in a minute. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But let me get back to you.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Real fast.
Or people be like, you've done this. I mean, you know what? I'm still working on that. Let me get back to you. So at this point in my life, I just want a level of success where I can help my family and others.
Absolutely.
Other young girls. If I had done this 10 years ago, man, the level that I would be
say
at.
that, girl, like if we knew.
Oh my Lord.
But
I know what
hey,
I
we
do
knew the
now.
things that we know now. My goodness.
Yeah.
right now is the perfect time, though. It's the perfect
And this
time.
the good thing is that, it's never too late. Every day is a new opportunity for us to do something different than we did the other day. So that's why now I just live life on. Just making changes every day.
That's right. And try
just
not to
keep on
dwell
going.
on the downs, because it's going to be downs.
It's gonna
honey.
be
downs.
And just
down.
realize, this is going to change. This is going to get better as long as I keep working. This is going to get
something
better.
Gotta happen.
You can't stop.
You
gotta keep going.
If you stop, something gotta come
That's
out of it.
Yeah,
Period.
yeah. So you just keep working, you keep trudging, and the atmosphere will change.
It will.
I'll never forget when she came over here and she told us she was opening up that beauty supply
I was so
store.
excited to meet them.
She was.
I was so excited to meet them. I was like, oh my God, I got two sisters.
Yes.
So I soft opened on May 18th.
Okay.
Of last year. So we're coming up on a year this May.
Almost a
It'll be a year. And then we did the grand opening October 26th. Yeah, just this past October.
So what you doing for the 1 year?
I don't know.
I know.
I got to think about it. Look, I got to think about it. I'm going to do something.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to do something.
Let us know if it's anything that we can do.
Okay.
Like,
I will. I definitely want to have like a, so I'm a part of several Facebook groups, business women Facebook groups. So I want to do something like, I don't know, like an event, and invite the wellness ladies. You know what I mean?
Maybe
so that
like
we can network and
maybe like
whatever.
a pop-up shop or something, depending on like how large the space is. I think that would be.
Yeah, absolutely. The salon has has a nice amount of space, so we could definitely do something.
Her beauty supplies, the supply store I was telling you about the photo shoot.
I remember.
Yeah. We have to do that.
We got to do that. Yes, I was just saying we
will
do that too. So it's coming.
Yeah. So I tell people I'm in it. I'm like in the thick of it right now.
Oh, you are.
I am in it.
I'm like,
I'm
doing a
just
great
in it.
job. Just from on the outside looking in, you're doing a great job. I know that it's not easy doing that. Like it's not. And you got her store. It's the cleanest little store. It's so cute.
Thank you.
And she has her worker in the front. She has her little area in the back. It's her vision of what she said.
Yeah.
It's just like
it really came together. It came together, and I was just so happy because it was very nerve wracking trying to figure out how much space to cut out.
No.
How much space to cut out for the supply? How much space to cut out for the salon? I'm like, is this gonna be too small? This gonna be too big? Yeah. But it turned out. It turned out really good. It turned out really good.
I can say that you did really good with that space.
Thank you.
It's man.
So y'all come visit us.
I know.
We built it. Now we need you to come.
Definitely. And that's why remember you see your flyers is up there at the top. I'm I try to give it to anybody that comes through because at the end of the day I know how
it's hard.
How it is starting.
And getting the word around.
Getting the word out.
What are you doing in what ways are you promoting it? I know we kind of talked about social media a little bit. And you have a commercial set for tomorrow.
With HEB. So the commercial, I know.
What?
So
that's dope.
I know. I almost can't believe it. I'm like, okay.
That's good. Yes.
So HEB has a small business initiative that they do, and he actually said one of my clients referred him. She works at HEB. I have no idea who she is.
Oh, that's
so I'm gonna find out.
I said, people be talking about you.
And he was like, I guess the employees. I was like, oh, I know her. Reach out to her, and so they call me. And what they do is they do 15 seconds and then they do your commercial, the other 15 seconds of the HEB.
Oh my goodness.
And then they put you in their print ads in the store. And they and the commercial goes on streaming. So if you make sure you let me know if you see us. So it's gonna be TV. All the major channels, Lifetime, OWN. So you can choose whichever block, depending on what kind of business you have, what kind of TV block you want to be on. Right. So Lifetime, OWN. It's about maybe 20 different channels.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
And the streaming as well. So you know how you go on those little commercials.
Yeah, I always see random. I always see HEB commercials.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
That's
So
where do you see it at? Online?
So I only watch podcasts. So
okay. So it kind of be
like YouTube. I'm sure. I know it's
like
YouTube.
Okay.
So that's where it's gonna be. It's gonna be paired with them.
If I can catch you, like, I'll be trying to catch you
really quick. So it's just a 15-second. I know it's a 15-second spotlight. So they'll spotlight different pieces of the salon and the beauty supply.
Oh, wait.
So you
got your whole structure. You know what you're doing tomorrow.
You think you just winging it, and that's okay.
Well, they direct you. They direct you.
So I be cracking her. The girl, she is full of love. I love her. She be like,
I'm just go with it. I don't know. I'm just gonna go with it.
But you know what you gonna do? You gonna knock it out the park.
Yes, you will.
I hope so.
Your personality is crazy.
So.
Like,
thank you.
You definitely have especially if they let you talk. You got
so I'm not talking. I'm not talking.
No,
we don't talk.
It's
a voiceover.
It's
a voiceover. So you'll just see how you see those restaurant commercials where you see them serving.
They
just hit Yeah. So that's how it'll be. And
so
then
that's
I'll get
even
to
easier.
Yeah,
Knock it out.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I'll be behind my chair with the client.
And
then I'll have my other stylist behind the chair.
Okay.
And then I'll have
Then
my girl
you
at
have
the
the one
register.
at
And
the
they'll just kind of
register.
show how
Kinda
it,
show
different.
our services.
That's all you really need.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
To,
That's
intrigue
a
people
great
like,
opportunity
go
to
check
get in
them
front
out.
of different faces.
That's a big audience.
So
too.
that's a big HEB. That's major.
I know, huh? So
So
I just
it was
thank God.
so
I mean,
good.
they contacted me. Even
That's a
someone referred
blessing.
you.
That's what you needed to start
You
off
know,
the
right?
year.
I know because that's our biggest hurdle is getting the word out.
Getting the word out.
Because
That's
marketing is
everybody's
expensive,
Yes,
y'all.
it is.
I'm like,
Yes, it is.
I don't got no honey. I don't got $5,000.
Listen, and Deborah, that's why we had so we have had future guests on here, and that's what we always try to. That's why everybody is different, right? And we always say that, well, what if for those who don't have that kind of budget?
Exactly.
Like, what do they do? You know, because it's a lot of us still there. Like, we still trying to get this stuff going. What do we do?
Yeah.
You know,
and unfortunately, debt.
Listen,
and we try to stay out of it as much as possible. But when you starting up, I mean, honestly, I'm very transparent.
You're gonna need
you have to invest in it.
To.
You have to use it. So I'm like, even with this, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and invest in this.
Yeah.
Because I think it's a great spot.
Well, you believe in yourself
to
too, and you most of the time you're paying up the rent, you're paying up everything just until you can get the word out. So you putting an enormous amount of money up front out, and the return don't come for years. Probably.
Honey, it's gonna take years.
Yes,
to see some return on this.
What I'm saying.
The first day that I can make the rent, the bills, the payroll, and everything, and not have to touch nothing else, I'll be like,
girl, you can say that again. Literally. Like, you can say that again.
I swear payroll roll around every other day. I'll be like,
again.
Oh, for real. And I said the same thing. I'm like, girl, that's why I be telling y'all.
I'm so done.
It's real, man.
Every day.
Every
week. You like,
man.
Well, they say gotta pay the cost.
You gotta pay the cost to be the boss.
It is. But you know what? I can't wait till I can just be gladly do it. Like, I'm like,
I know, right? Okay, I got it. Here you go.
It's gonna make me feel so good. Like, yes, I'm gladly.
I was like, I don't even need a profit. Just let me break even 1 month.
Yeah,
I don't even need
I don't care about my part. I just want to be able to pay everybody.
Pay everybody else. Just pay the bills and I close my eyes.
I mean, I do, but as long as I can pay the bills.
As long as I can pay the bills, I can live to work another day to make a profit. You know what I'm saying?
Because I'm gonna find me some money somewhere. Okay, I'm a fan.
I was like, we ain't no stranger to grind. I'm like, I know if I can make even, then the next thing is me making a profit. You know what I'm saying? So
if it's every other month, I'm okay.
I'm good with that. If I come out $10 in the positive, I'm gonna do a wholly different.
I'm good with that.
But guess what?
As long as I can pay my health.
Look, once your store is successful, then you could go on to teaching people how to.
This is true.
This is true. Because I was sure, like, have you thought about your plans after that?
So I haven't thought about after, but I have thought about pivot just in case.
Oh,
because I always, you just gotta have a pivot in your pocket. You know, you gotta learn how to roll with the flow. I always go into it thinking, you know what?
We don't know about Deborah.
If this don't work, I think the salon will always be good.
Oh,
you
always got that to fall back on.
That'll always be good.
Exactly. Let me tell you how many times I didn't change. Let me tell you how many times I didn't change my business.
That salon gonna work.
Concept
See,
structure.
that's what I'm saying.
Girl, I didn't need a boutique. I didn't need everything.
Really?
Girl, I didn't need salons. I didn't need boutique. I didn't need what else I didn't need. I didn't did a beauty bar. I didn't did a bundle store. I didn't did all. Do you hear me?
See, that's what I'm talking about. You gotta have a pivot in your pocket.
But what I've done and I always gonna have is hair. It's not going nowhere.
It ain't going nowhere.
Okay, so
it ain't going nowhere.
That's gonna always be your foundation.
That's right. I'm like, a salon will always work.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care how sweet a salon is. Always
and that's why you don't want to never get rid of your people because you
That's
already
right.
know
That's right. I said I could shut this beauty supply down any day.
Any day.
And throw in 4-5 more chairs and I'm going to be good.
Girl,
you know? So that's
when
my
I tell
pivot.
you the boutique was that was the hardest one.
Man.
Because it's constant marketing.
Constant.
It ain't even that. It's for me, it was the
inventory that you have left, and you gotta constantly keep trying to get rid of it because you gotta buy in bulks. You gotta buy 12 of everything. That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, I commend those who do really good in boutiques because that is like hard. I said, I don't know how I did it. I did one shipment and I was done.
You said
one shipment. I was done.
Did you say one?
One because I did a lot of shipping though. I did a lot.
I did one shipment.
I still got clothes, y'all, to this day.
What? Are you serious?
Yes.
I need to come
Guess
see
what?
We need to go shopping.
Look,
we just said we needed some clothes.
She holding the clothes. I said, don't worry.
Hold the clothes.
I got something for her. She just said, I ain't got no shopping. I'm going to drop something out for you. Baby, let me tell you, I still got 3 sets of everything.
Wow.
That's how much stuff I bought.
Got clothes for
Oh my God.
Don't be surprised.
She need to put a link. She need to put a link. Put her style. Her link at the bottom.
You know what?
That was my dress that we wore.
I know it was
wow.
Yeah.
When you do what Key wore, you can put your link and be like, look, and
Exactly.
I got some
right here for y'all.
It's marketing.
I can't believe you ain't selling them clothes.
They in the store.
Got money sitting in the storage.
We going shopping.
They there.
We going shopping in the store.
That's my next thing. Girl, I gotta get rid of my house decor. That's another thing. I went into that too.
Oh my, you did not.
Tried everything.
Your husband too. He like, this woman.
Girl, I didn't try. Listen, I got home decor. I got pictures. I got so many canvas pictures.
Oh my God.
I got
okay, I'm coming shopping. When you open it up, all she got to do is do a warehouse. You know how to. What's that?
That's right. No, I am going to do summer. I was
thinking storage wars.
I'm doing a storage sale this summer.
Baby, you need to start promoting.
Girl,
I promise
because we'll all be there.
Baby, when I tell you,
I'm gonna give me a dress and some pictures for my house.
listen, girl, I got dress. I got every size. Let me tell you, every single size. Now I'm talking about she ain't got no clothes. Baby, you ain't saying no more word, but clothes.
Oh my gosh,
That's
that
the
is
last
too
thing
funny.
you be worried about.
Let me get this for $5.
Exactly. You ain't making nothing on it.
I was walking them down anyway. That's how bad I was selling that stuff, girl. I had so much before I had left, and then even when I got here, when I told you I was playing around, I was selling that stuff on there like it was a thrift store.
Oh my! Why don't you just put it on TikTok?
I will.
Just wear it and
So
put it
then
on TikTok.
then some of the stuff kind of required different seasons, so then I packed it up.
Right.
And I said, I'm just wait.
I'm gonna wait.
And then I got like these dresses I only wore one time.
Oh
and I
my
need to
God.
give to prom girls.
Girl.
Birthday girl, because my birthday dresses be crazy. So they can really go for prom dresses.
We going shopping.
We definitely going shopping.
Okay, let's go back to it. It ain't about me. Let's go back to that room. Let's go back to that room.
But anyway, see, you gotta have a pivot in your pocket.
You done showed out.
You gotta have a pivot in your pocket.
Okay.
So I said, me and my husband we always, I'm always thinking about something. I'm like, babe, this don't work. We're gonna turn that whole place into salon
I know
suites.
that's right.
I'm like, we're gonna turn it into salon
said this-
suites. Because I really don't want a traditional salon environment
No.
because I'm too old to be dealing with a lot of people and their stuff. And these young people are something else. Lord.
It's a lie.
That's why I ain't feel the chair. That's why I ain't feel my other chair.
Why you think I'll be over here working by myself?
It's too much. So I said, I'll do suites.
It would have to be
responsible
like
for your
somebody
own
that
stuff.
we all like me, you, or
Exactly.
it would have to be somebody like this type of.
Exactly.
I'm not doing.
I can't. I can't do it. So that's my pivot. I'm like, I'll divide this space up into suites. I'll do half barber, half beauty, and keep it pushing.
But that's the thing about that we are so creative and we'll find a way to, you got to be like that this type of beauty industry because you just have to be prepared for whatever
happens.
Yeah. Whatever.
And I said, that's cool. If it works, that's wonderful. If it doesn't, then
but
I'll
my
just
thing
pivot.
about it is it's okay if it don't.
If it don't.
Yeah.
That's, and I think that's
because if we ain't trying.
That's right. And the only way you get to that is to go through stuff. To try stuff.
You heard me just tell you about the 1,000 jobs I done did.
Exactly. Yep. That's the only way you
Girl,
get to it. So I'm like, I'm okay with that.
With my own money. Am I crazy or not?
Crazy, because me too.
Because I'm like, why do I be used to doing it? I ain't doing it no more with my own money. I'm done.
I did it too. We've done it all with our own money too. Just because, and people are like, you want to invest? I'm like, I don't, y'all, because I just don't. I don't want to be responsible. That's more pressure than me starting a new business. I don't want it. I'd rather just do it myself. If it
take
fails,
your time and
if it fails, me and my husband will fail. I don't want it to be me, him, and him. Me, him, and her. I'm like, now I got to look at you. I just don't want it.
I know it. And that's what
got it.
We gonna work it out.
I'm like, girl, I'm working right now to make payroll on Monday. I'm doing heads. I can't even talk on the phone because I'm doing heads trying to make payroll on Monday.
These are the things that we go through, y'all. This is real transparency here. And what I'm telling you, like, real life. This is real life. So it's crazy, but this is it. If you're not ready for this stuff, do not get into this industry. Because, I mean, or be ready to if you do get into this industry. It's just one of those things. It's rewarding, but baby, these are the real truths.
Yeah.
These are the real truths.
And I think that's why, it's a lot of pivoting happening.
It's a lot of pivoting.
and you know, and it's a lot of, I feel like in this industry, if you don't keep up with what's going on, then you gonna get left behind.
You get left behind.
Like, we in the online era. We all gotta be online.
Literally.
Right.
And like, that's the thing that a lot of us are struggling with now.
Yep.
That online
because it was reversed.
But we have to do it.
Who
that's
cares
why I say
if you don't want to do it?
You have. You
it's
know,
no point. It's like
you have to do it.
Build those digital like assets. So
and then a lot of what we came from, we didn't. It was reversed. We didn't have to do it.
We didn't have to do
So
that.
then think about all the ones that was coming up at our time. We have to transition from what we knew to this new way.
Because I don't be wanting to do it, y'all.
I know.
I was like, I don't. Oh, Jen, the Retail Genius. That's her program.
The Retail Genius.
Okay. That's that menopause brain. Yeah. I'm like, okay, I got it. I knew I would remember. So she's a Retail Genius, and you know, it's
okay. The good thing is that one thing I've learned with speaking with you is that you wasn't afraid to go get the knowledge. You got the knowledge.
You applied it.
You jumped out and did what you felt that you was confident in doing. Even though you already knew how to do hair, but you jumped into something new and you wasn't afraid to do it. And you took the risk. And that's all is what we say is how you get started. You gotta take the risk.
It's scary, but you gotta do it scared.
You do.
And again, you gotta be delusional.
You really do.
You really do.
You gotta be delulu.
If you
really
that's gonna be our mark.
You gotta be crazy enough to think it's gonna work. You gotta be delulu.
We gotta be a little delusional.
You gotta be a little delusional.
Because at the end of the day, that's only how you gonna know what works and what don't.
That's right.
Learn from me.
Right. Okay. Honey, learn from me. Come if you want to learn, you can learn right now. Yeah, I'm right in the thick of this thing. So if I see y'all in a year, I might have a different story. But right now, I'm in the thick of it. Right now, I am working to pay for rent, bills, and my staff.
Yeah. And I love to see, all our guests is at different levels in life, and I love this.
It's good.
I love this because it's so many people that's probably on the same wave as where we are, like here, and they can so relate to you.
Yeah,
relate.
And
so
a lot
much.
of people think it's just them that's struggling. It's just why don't I have money to do it, honey? It's just the way it is.
That's just the way it is.
Because that's the way I thought too. But I'm like, I'm just crazy enough to think, okay, yeah, well, you know, you made this bed. You made this bed. Now you're gonna lay in it. You know.
Yeah. But you know, it's gonna all work out.
Yeah.
Whichever way,
and I believe it. I believe
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I believe it.
Again,
it's like one way or another.
It's gonna work out.
And you know what they say? I had read up on something that for the people that's successful, they have failed as what they have I think at least 3 times before it actually worked.
Well, I count my failure like, that failed.
Yes,
okay, Lord.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? So
I'm due for a win.
I'm due for a win.
You start feeling like, okay, now it's time.
Yeah.
This is the time, but you don't know what it's going to be.
You don't. And and those failures build you for the success.
It builds character.
It builds character.
Yes.
It lets you know what, you survived. Guess what?
You survived.
You're still here.
You know what not to do.
Bingo.
You can help somebody else in the next generation. Because what if it all works out and then you setting the next generation free?
One way or another, you can help somebody. Whether you fail at it or whether you succeed at it, you're going to help somebody along the way. And that's what I tell people. And people like, you give too much information. I don't gatekeep. I don't gatekeep information. So I just don't do it. I can't take it with me to the grave. You need to leave as much as you can here with these young people.
Right.
And when I find young people that want it and that they want to learn, I'm going to give you everything. I'm going to give you everything you want, you know, because if you have that initiative, I'm here to help you. Yeah. But if you don't have it, then honey, y'all just wasting my time. I'm too old. I ain't got time. I'm hot. I'm having a hot flash. You wasting my time. Ain't nobody got time for that. But these young people are crazy.
Yeah, they are. And
we are having too much fun on Salon Talk with Deborah. It has been so truly a treat. I promise you. I wish we had way more time to continue this conversation. Oh my God.
Pleasure.
Go ahead, Deborah. Tell them where they can find you. Tell them where your store, again, is located. I know I gave it to them at the beginning, but I want you to give it to them. Let them know, because we got to wrap this up.
Okay. All right. It was truly a pleasure being here, you guys. We had so much fun.
I know.
And the first time I just walked over and met her, we clicked. And we talked about Kansas City, girl. I don't know. It's something about Kansas City. We just clicked together. Yeah. So it was such a pleasure. I know you were put in my path for a reason, So thank you so much for even thinking of me and inviting me. This is my first time ever doing anything like this.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
you gotta come another time.
For sure. Yeah. But you guys, you can find Deely Designs Beauty Supply and Salon. We're located at 9741 Preston Road, Suite 102. We are open from Tuesday to Saturday from 9:30 to 7. One day we'll eventually open up on Mondays, but right now that's my mental break day.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, we all need that.
So we're closed on Sundays and Mondays, but come see us, come visit us. We just launched our online site, so you can find all of our store products online at deelydesigns.com. So come see us. You can see us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I'm Deely Designs on all of those platforms. And any services, any products, come and see us. We are your one-stop shop, and we will take care of you because we care about you.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Salon Talk, literally on YouTube, and what else? Oh, Instagram. Yeah, that's what it is. Yes.
Yeah, so we're on Instagram, TikTok, where else we at, Keith? Look, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Salon Talk, literally. So like and follow us there. Thank y'all.
Thank you guys. Bye-bye.